Hi everyone, it's Meade with another vlog chat for you. Well, I'm back in my studio room. I just want to show y'all what I've done over the last few years. I've made some improvements. I think I've really made it nicer and give it more flavor. So, first thing I did was, aside from painting the room, I added down some new flooring. Now I got this, it wasn't very expensive, it was from Amazon.com. And it just makes the room a lot nicer because before that it was this old kitchen floor that was really beat up, and there was really no security under that. So I just added this new flooring. Here's my computer over here that I use for live streaming, and I have my Yeti microphone, and that picks up really well in this room because I just play over here with my PA set up. This is a very inexpensive PA that I got some extra money from dancing around as the cow, so I used that for my new PA. And here's my old keyboard Bessie. She's in retirement, but she likes it up here, and so I just sort of use this room as my songwriting room, my practice room, and everything comes together nicely. So sometimes when I write songs, Bunny, she likes to give me her feedback on what she thinks of the new song. I have a little children's organ over here that I have for fun, and then my auto harp. So everything is really nice back here. I really enjoy the setup that I have. Now sometimes I keep my birds in the other room and they can get noisy, so when they're too noisy I just cover their cage up a little bit. I put a little cover on them and then they're quiet. But I just want to share some things. We'll talk about how I Meade Skelton, how I write songs. And a lot of different musicians have a different process in songwriting. Now with me, for some reason, I always end up with the title first. I get a title, like that's how I got Sweet Tea. I just had the title, I had nothing else. And then from there I get the theme. You know, what do I want to write about? What inspires me? You know, what can I put down? And so, and I'm always doing something. Like when I got Sweet Tea, I was riding my bike down to Monroe Park. That's where my father proposed to my mother back in 1959, Monroe Park in Richmond. And I ride down there, and then all of a sudden it came to me, Sweet Tea. And sometimes I'll get the whole song in one swoop. So it's like, oh no, so I have to get to the keyboard right away and record it so I remember it as I had it in my head. But even though it comes from my head, most of my songs come from my heart, you know, from what I'm feeling at the time, and I get inspired by different things. Sometimes I'm watching a TV show or a movie and I get a song that way. Sometimes I'm just reading an old journal that I had. So then I go on over to the keyboard, my keyboard, and I just sort of, hammer everything out. So with Sweet Tea, the melody was very strong. So I got everything at once. I got the words and the melody. So it was like, with Sweet Tea, it was like, da 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 da. Oops. Yeah, it just came to me like really quickly, and so, and then the arrangement. There's sort of the arrangement as well, because the arrangement is basically how you shape the song, how you want the song to be. So a good idea of arrangement is putting different pieces together and what comes where. So from the outside looking in, when I gave that song to the band, they helped me with an arrangement for it. So we had this beautiful intro of the keyboard, and then the cymbal roll from the drum roll from the drums, and everything flowed in, and nothing comes in until a certain time. That's the arrangement, and arrangements can really help bring the song to life. But if you have a really good song, you could play a really good song on an old beat up guitar and it would still be a good song. But arrangements are what sort of, they're like the icing on the cake. So that's another layer to songwriting is arranging, and I'm not the best arranger, but I'm getting better at it, and it's fun. Yay! standing there by myself, not knowing what to say. Every time I try to talk, the words got in the way. See, like that. And I didn't realize that that was actually an arrangement. But it is an arrangement, because it's how you introduce the song. So when I did that in the studio, we had the cymbal roll, and then we had the background vocals, and then everything just rolled into the chorus. Kind of rolled in there, crescendo. I love that word, crescendo. It's Italian, and I love it. And so when we did that, I just knew that was really great. That was really good, because it makes you want to listen again. We listen for those little idiosyncrasies that we hear on a record, and so. But anyway, that's how I write songs. It's not a very complicated system. It's just from the heart, and that's why I can't listen to certain songs, because they're just too cerebral for me. They're too much in the head. And so that's why I can't listen to the Beatles, because a lot of their songs are that way. They're not from the heart. I mean, I don't get that feeling from it. It's just always in the head, and I don't like that. And another thing I'll tell you too is that some songwriters will write and rewrite and write again and rewrite and change the chorus and change the verse. I do not do that. I go with my gut instinct, and what you get first is what I get first is what I go with, and the reason is for that is I believe that's the purest expression. When you try to rewrite it, it just becomes too much in your head, and it's like you're trying too hard, and that's not good. And even if the song is not as good as it could be, I don't believe in rewriting it. I believe in going with what you get first, because that's the purest form, and that's the purest form of your song. And so why rewrite something when it doesn't need it? It doesn't need it. It's just, why fix it if it doesn't need it? That's just my personal thing. Now, some people will disagree with me, and they'll say, oh, well, your song could be so much better if you just change this word or that word. Well, that's a lot of hooey. I'm sorry, but I go with what the words come. That's the word I use. I don't change it very much. I might modify some things, especially if people get a little offended. Ooh. But I don't really change the words. I go with my gut instinct to songwriting. And that's a lot of instinct. So I just, I don't believe in rewriting, because why should you? You should go with what comes naturally. What comes to you first is probably the best. And that's what people say when you're taking a test. A lot of people guess the right answer the first time, and then they rethink it, overthink it, and then they pick the wrong answer. So anyway, that's just my personal philosophy in songwriting. It should flow naturally, like liquid from a stream, like a big glass of sweet tea. Don't overthink anything. Don't put too much effort into it. Why put a whole lot of effort into songwriting? It shouldn't be that hard. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Go to my website at meadskeletonsplace.com, and I'll be back for more vlogs. Bye!